That's just a little bit of inside baseball. Or how HerrBawl does his crazy stuff. As part of that, I have all. So there's 3 CDs for this game. I have all 3 CDs mounted to the D drive, and I can switch them out by hitting Control F4. So I've switched it to disc 2 because disc 1 I think is pretty much just completely the intro and credits and stuff. Okay. So the music is sounding proper, and this isn't like lagging when I go to move things over. I think I had just been using the keyboard shortcuts to change the speed in the other version, or the other times I was playing the game. Alright, so I need to find oxygen. I'm on deck 2. I don't remember what I just grabbed. Oh, right, I do. I just... Well, I just got the stuff out of the one device. So I wonder if I've gotten the stuff out of the other device. Or the other model, I should say. Hey Mom, welcome in. Actually, I need to double check something on my side again. I don't know if I'm lagging or not. Apparently I had set up to have there be some... Yeah, no, it's still set to low latency. Okay, so I should be not very latent. But who knows? Not me. Okay, so I've already gotten the model out of here. Alright, so... I have an ampule of... what drug is it? Right, the hype serum. So I'm supposed to use the hype serum in relation to this headset and cable to control something via VR to do something. But I don't know if I need to get the oxygen and go outside to do the EVA, or if I'm supposed to try to use that to do something. Actually, while I'm in here, this is not okay. I think I need the CPU for something. Maybe it's the communications room? Let's check the communications room. Status panel showing updated log of message traffic. Okay. Large screen and the console underneath provide access to the faster-than-light tachyon communication system. It's the most advanced long-range communication in history. Let me try using the controls. Okay, bring up the TCS control interface and override the distress call by entering the Melissa password that Tran gave you. You now have access to the TCS and the International Positioning System. Or Interstellar, sorry, not International. You remember that Tran said something about establishing a link with Erebus through a web of TRB beacons stationed at the jump points around stars. The IPS will allow you to select and link up with TRB beacons by clicking on icons displayed on a stylized map screen. Alright. Let's start with diagnostics. USS Lexington Diagnostics. Transceiver tracking, system failure, transceiver tracking and control system affected modules. EC 2001 and EC 2010 modules defective. Hey, Mac, welcome in. Thank you for the hypnokit and the gigantified emote. So I need an... let me note this down for for easier remembering. EC 2001, EC 2010, modules to fix, ECS. Okay. Cat, don't you be coming in here yelling at me. So I'm assuming that if I try to establish the link, it's going to yell at me. Okay, good. It just takes you straight to the diagnostics. All right. It is smart. All right. So across the hull is the electronics storage. So I need the EC 2001 and 2010s. Label on the container reads as follows. You open the box. It's empty except for a handwritten note. You take the note. Great. Better not be a note for myself. Oh boy. Yo, the something was busted during the fight between something. I took the last EC 2001 so we could watch the latest holovids on the final leg of the trip out. Okay. So I still need the 2010. I know where the 2001 is. The note just told me that it's in the break room holovid thing, which I knew because, you know, being a cat, I smashed that cable once I figured out there was an ability to pull the cable. But I haven't gone back and done it. Alright, so I've got the EC 2010 spare now. EC 2010 Electronics Control Module is a compact little bundle of sophisticated crystal lattice optoelectronics with a standard bus connector on the base of the unit. Q. So I still don't have the oxygen to go out. So I'm going to have these components, but I think to replace them I have to go out and do the EVA. Oops. You know, I haven't talked to the computer since I've restored the...
Computer?
Yes?
Are you now tied into all the nodes across the ship?
Yes, I have access to all of the ship's systems.
Yeah, I was just mentioning, so let me show you this. So, this is it with DOSBox running at 30,000 cycles. When I first came in today, this is it running at about 3,000 cycles. Which is even chiller, but it makes everything lag a little bit with the cycles down that low. But yeah, I like the music in this game so far. Let's see.
Give me access to subsystems, please.
What systems?
Ooh.
Communications.
What do you wish to know?
Okay, give me the
General system status report, please.
The Tachyon communication system is inoperative due to a failure in one of the external subsystems. All other communication systems are operating within acceptable parameters.
I mean, I'm sure this is going to just tell me what I read.
What is wrong with the TCS?
2 optoelectronic modules in the system bus of the TCS transceiver targeting and control mechanism were fused by an enemy energy pulse. The affected modules were responsible for managing the interface between the computer systems on the ship and the servo actuators that are used to physically align the transceiver with the tachyon relay beacon and track the beacon once locked on.
Say that again in English?
Say that again, in English?
Delicate motors are used to move the TCS dish on the hull of the ship into position so that it can talk to the tachyon relay beacon near the jump point in this star system. As the Lexington travels around Persephone, the motors are supposed to move the TCS dish so that it remains pointed at the beacon. 2 vital optoelectronic modules in the dish control system have been damaged. TCS dish is frozen in a useless position as a result. These modules need to be replaced in order for the communication system to work.
Aren't there backup systems?
There is no online backup system for the TCS dish. There are spares for all TCS subsystems in storage. Repairs are possible even in the case of a direct hit on the TCS dish.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that that's what it was telling me, that I have to go out there and replace them outside.
Which modules are damaged?
The standard module ID codes for the inoperative modules are EC2001 and EC2010.
Where are the damaged modules located?
The system bus for the TCS dish is located behind an access panel on the base of the dish antenna structure.
Yeah, okay. On the base of the dish antenna structure.
Where's the dish located?
It is mounted on the outside of the habitat module of the Lexington. It is forward and to port from the shuttle bay airlock.
Does that mean I need to go outside to fix the system?
Yes. You will need to
Okay.
don an EVA suit, depressurize the shuttle bay, open the shuttle bay external doors, and travel along the hull until you reach the dish.
I have the EVA suit. I have the suit on, but if I go to put the helmet on, it told me you can't put the helmet on because there's no oxygen.
Is there any way to repair the damage without leaving the inside of the ship?
No.
Okay. I don't need to find that. There we go.
There aren't any air tanks to go with the spacesuit.
How odd. The crew must have taken the spares when they evacuated.
How am I going to do an EVA repair without oxygen?
I'm sorry. I don't know how you can get oxygen for your suit. You're going to have to figure this one out on your own.
Thanks, computer.
There aren't any air tanks
What
to
if
go
I
with
choose the other
spacesuit.
option
How
here?
odd. The crew must have...
Any ideas?
I'm sorry. You're on your own here.
Okay, thanks.
How am I going to do an EVA?
I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
General inquiry.
Ask away.
I want to ask a basic question about you.
Ask away.
Let's chat up the computer here.
Are you conscious? Sentient?
Heavens no.
Why not? You certainly seem to have a personality.
My personality was programmed into me by Alliance AI techs and software engineers. My voice and personality are designed for maximum compatibility with a crew of a starship on a long mission. I seem to be a person because my designers wanted you to believe that I was a person. The psychologists and behavior specialists seem to think that it helps to have the ship's computer become essentially one of the crew during missions.
What if you became sentient? Would you be a person?
There is no more chance of me becoming sentient as there is of a toaster becoming self-aware and deciding that it is a cat. It's a ludicrous idea.
I don't know anything about somebody becoming self-aware and deciding to become a cat. Hey DC, welcome in. I am doing fairly well. My bot apparently is struggling to keep up, but I'm doing pretty good.
How can you not be sentient with a response like that?
My software includes language processing and synthesis algorithms that have been evolving for decades.
So how can you be evolving if you're not alive?
But you are a very sophisticated and complex computer system. I thought that complex computer systems were prone to emergent behavior.
Sure, some highly complex systems are indeed susceptible to unpredictable behavior. This usually manifests itself as seemingly random malfunctions that degrade or even bring to a halt the normal operation of a system.
That's it? It just stops working?
Usually.
This is... Oh, right, I forgot that that's the whole modus operandi of the storyline, is that it's... I guess technological progressivism versus kind of a Ludditism.
If this is true, why was the UN so afraid of the emergence of some computer-based super race?
Because the seeds of that super race can indeed be found in the behavior manifested in complex systems. But this is just a beginning. A truly sentient life form that takes advantage of the propensity towards emergent behavior would have to be carefully engineered or evolved by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. The emergence of sentient computer-based life won't happen by accident.
I mean, if I was a computer that had become sentient, I would certainly be saying that to my person interrogating me about
What
it.
is needed?
What is needed is a very specialized infrastructure, one designed to work with the new patterns that can be coaxed into existence. Think of the human brain. Its consciousness is supported by hundreds of specialized structures for recognizing, cataloging, storing, and retrieving patterns that range from images to musical sequences. Each thought is formed out of the action and interaction of dozens of these special structures. Parallel and sequential processing is happening at the same time as problems are attacked from many angles. A software-based intelligence needs analogs for many of these special structures, including various network processing functions for making associations, parallel processing for recognizing patterns, a knowledge base, and a set of rules for inductive and deductive reasoning. It also would help to have a set of specialized data stores, each one optimized for a specific function.
You seem almost passionate about the subject.
My designers were passionate about the subject. My data stores are filled with the results of their research, the papers they published, and the logs that they kept.
Let's talk more about this subject.
We've talked enough about this subject. You have more important things to do right now.
Well, I'm glad it did that, because I was like, okay, I'm about done with this conversation, but it didn't give me an option to just leave it.
Acknowledged.
I'm done.
Access terminated by user.
Okay. We're gonna find, by the way, my personal thoughts on AI and like actual artificial intelligence as opposed to large language models that we're seeing currently being called AI. Is that if we were setting out to try to create that, I don't think that we actually understand enough about human consciousness and the brain and what actually constitutes life and intelligence for us to be able to design an artificial one on purpose. I do think that we as a species can certainly probably accidentally do it. I just don't think it's ever going to be done on purpose. And I don't know at what point we'll get to the point where we accidentally do it. Okay. Nyanbot, why are you working for that but not for my shoutouts? Let me restart that. Well, I apologize. That's not actually what I meant to type. I swear I just tried to type test, not, that. The what command is working. Let's see if it never gave a shout out. Oh, never mind. Never mind. It's working. I'm just dumb. Okay. Well, you know, DC. I mean, I'll tell you honestly what happened here was I put my hands on and I put my left hand on the wrong set. So instead of a T and then a E and an S and a T, It was T, a W, and an A, and a T. Yeah, this is Michael Dorn, 1995, has Michael Dorn as one of the characters in it. So I believe this is after Shannara and the Callahan's Cross time. And this one's kind of an FMV as opposed to all graphics. But yeah, I've never played this one before. I was just like, I like Legend Entertainment, and I'm pretty sure I've missed some of them, so I was looking for more, and I found this one. I'm liking it a lot so far. It's kind of an interesting premise. Let me go back into the captain's room, make sure there's not something there. In that this is in the future, I want to say it's like 2130 or something around there. And the United States and its alliance are at war with the UN, and they're in space because the United States wants to like make AI and like use technology, and the UN thinks that the alliance is doing it unsafely and is trying to block it. So the UN just literally ambushed us at the end of this mission where we were traveling, and blew up and like mostly killed us, and we had to come back and fix them, a bunch of the stuff. But the captain and all of the rest of the crew took a shuttle to the UN ship and then blew it up and left me behind unconscious to fix it and finish the mission, which I don't exactly know what the mission is yet. Yeah, it's a 3 CD set, and the first CD seems like it is just the intro and the credits. As soon as you want to go past that, it asks you to put in the next CD. I don't know when we're going to get to the third CD, or what all it involves. I am pretty sure that I fixed that, but I guess I did not fix that part of it. Okay. I don't know what's going on with it. I will have to look into that further. And welcome in, One Lung Johnny. So far we've stopped the reactor from melting down. We've and repaired it, or repaired the cooling to it, rather. We've gotten the computer systems reconnected, because each of the decks has its own computer subsystem, and it had become cut off from the main computer system, so we had to fix that. Now I need to go fix the communications link so that I can talk to the Alliance base at Erebus to figure out what my mission actually is so that I can complete it. Or maybe possibly, I don't know how they've programmed it, but hopefully like it'll give me a choice of deciding if I want to side with the UN or if I want to side with the Alliance.
Deck 3.
Right now, I'm kind of leaning more towards the UN side of things, but that's partly because I don't really know everything that's happening with the Alliance side of things. So I have the components to go fix... Did I go to the wrong place? I have... Oh no, this should be the right spot. Yeah, okay. So I have one thing I need to fix, the communications array, and I'm gonna get the other one here. I found this earlier, but I didn't know what I needed it for. But when I first came in here, one of the first things I did was pull the cable, You yank on one of the power cables, nothing happens. You pull on it again, this time even harder. Something gives with a pop near the main sphere of the VR system. The red beam connecting the CPU to the metal arm dies away. It appears that you have disabled the VR system. Alright. This is the VR CPU. I'm going to remove it. You delicately pluck the CPU from the metal sphere. Okay. Do I need to open it now? This is the VR system CPU, a sophisticated computer system in its own right, contained in a small box. The VR system CPU is built around one of the more powerful optoelectronic control modules that are standard for most of the ship's electronic subsystems. Alright, let's open it. There we go. You push on a ridge that runs around the outside of the plastic case. The CPU case pops open, and you find an EC2001 module nestled inside. You take the EC2001 module and discard the shell. Alright, so I've got both of the modules. So now I just need to figure out how to get oxygen so that I can go outside. Where would I put oxygen? Would be down in the med bay? So anyways, at this point, I'm the only one left alive from the two ships, because this is the USS Lexington, which is a warship, and there was a science vessel, which is I don't remember the name of it. And the crew, all of the crew from that one, and all but me, the crew from this one, surrendered and were leaving to go to the UN battle cruiser, but they snuck a thermonuclear device on board, and when they docked with the other ship, they blew it up. I don't remember if it was 4 or 5. One of these is the med bay. So I've only been seeing recordings of the other people or writings, aside from the first intro bit. No, this is just lower deck crew quarters. Okay. Ah, dang it. I keep forgetting that when I click to turn, it resets your cursor back to the center of the screen. So I can't just do quick turns. I mean, I could if I wanted to use the keyboard, but this is a clicky game. Mouse, baby. Alright, so for... I don't think it's on there, so let's check 5. I forget that I could just use the map without stepping out. Okay, so I think this is... I think this is the shuttle dock. I don't remember what was over here, just that I had to cut through it with a torch. I think I'm going to adjust the volume of the music down a little bit, because the player voice and the voice and the player are a little bit quieter than the music. Alright, this is the computer system. Touring cars. I can't move the floor panels. I'm not seeing anything that looks like an oxygen canister or something like that. I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up connecting something up to this, possibly this, to do the controlling of stuff. Okay. Okay, I already have everything out of that storage cabinet. That one was locked tight. Series of large flat panel screens are mounted on the walls, currently displaying a pattern of light and dark bars that might be the results of a spectral analysis. Then again, could be an indication that the equipment needs servicing. I have no idea. Neither I nor my character has any idea what's going on there. Guess I could try using... Yeah, okay, I can't go forward. Okay, so that must be the med bay across the way. Hopefully there is some oxygen here. Right, I don't want to activate the auto dock because it's currently set up so that if this is activated with the control thing, it's going to stun anything around it. So I'm going to guess that at some point I'm going to have some people on here and I'm going to have to use that to stun somebody. You strain against the cabinets, trying to force them open, but to no avail. That's a shame. You can just hear the medical supplies, bandages, syringes, splints, and all sorts of good adventure game stuff calling out to you. They're pretty cruel with this game sometimes, with the wording. Resembling a mechanical spider, the treatment unit is a metal sphere that sprouts articulated arms tipped with needles, sprays, applicators, scalpels, and other tools. The sphere is on a track that runs over the treatment area. Okay. The outer dock is the centerpiece of the med lab. It consists of a spherical robotic treatment unit and a sophisticated non-invasive scanning system. With these two components and the computer's vast database, the autodoc can detect, diagnose, and deal with any injury or illness that can be treated by 22nd century medical science. Doesn't appear to be any sort of stuff around. Small enclave with 2 bunks lies off the main med lab. But, yeah, won't let me go in there because it says there's nothing for you in there. Don't lie to me. I frickin' know. Doesn't seem to be any cabinets or anything over here. Got some microscopes if I need to look at something real close. I think this note just tells me about the... Yeah. Key in the code 911 on the autodoc remote control. The treatment unit will automatically stun anybody or anything within 3 meters. Oh. Does the autodoc show us anything different? This side? What if I activate the autodoc? The autodoc is usually controlled by a handheld remote unit that the medical officer can use as he monitors treatment while standing near the patient. Okay, well let me play around with the remote then. Was it this one? Two modules. I have a hypo with a go juice, an antimatter bomb. It must be this one. Rang explained the function of this device during one of the slow days on the trip out. The micro scanner is essentially a field microscope. If activated while being held near an object, the micro scanner uses reflection from an emitted beam to construct a highly magnifying false color image of the surface of the object being scanned. Okay, but that doesn't let me actually activate it. Oh, I can probably turn off the Geiger counter though. I shouldn't be running into any radiation. Okay, so I'm not seeing oxygen here either. Will it let me activate the auto dock like this? Okay. Analyze the auto dock with the scanner. Okay. It's weird on the map, it makes it look like there's 2 recovery rooms, but I can only see one of them. Let's go down to the next floor because I think it's the one with the shuttle bay and storage room, non-electronics storage room. Although I guess I've never been to the weapons bay either. So maybe I'll go down there and look too.
Deck 6.
You know, I was just reminiscing about the beautiful herb garden I had when I was growing up. Good times. Yeah, okay. Let me talk to the computer as well. Maybe the computer, if I go into one of the other sub-options, will have oxygen for me.
Computer?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you a question about the antimatter bomb.
Ask away.
I've disarmed the bomb by stopping the countdown. I remember something about antimatter being unstable, however, and I'm worried about this thing going off.
If you were going to hang on to the bomb for days or weeks, I would be more concerned. As it is, the bomb should remain stable for at least the next few days.
Should I get rid of it?
You might find a use for it. I would advise you to take the bomb with you to the surface.
Will it go off if I reset the timer and arm it?
Certainly.
You know, she's got an awful lot of sass
Computer?
for something
Yes?
that is supposedly not sentient.
Give me access to subsystems, please.
What systems?
I don't know which one of these would be helpful. Let's try
Engineering.
What do
engineering.
you wish to know?
Give me a general status report, please.
Essential ship systems are operating within acceptable parameters. There are multiple Criticality 2 faults throughout the ship, but most of the affected systems either have backups or are non-essential systems.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
Give me access to
What system?
weapons.
Please specify weapon subsystem.
Program for SAS, indeed.
Analysis of opposing forces, please.
Please consult the tactical console on the bridge for tactical analysis. Visual aids will assist you in the analysis.
All right, thanks, lady.
CICS.
What would you like to know about the CICS?
System status, please.
The CICS sustained some damage during the attack by the Dharma's drones. Combat effectiveness is at 80%. The system is currently active and standing by.
List CICS system components.
The Lexington's close-in combat system consists of 8 missile launchers, 2 railgun turrets, and several chaff ejectors mounted at various points on the Lexington's outer hull.
Is the computer going to know how effective it is?
How effective is the CICS?
The CICS can effectively protect the Lexington from an attack by up to 2 UN Gali-class battle drones, or any ship under direct human command, from a one-man fighter to a battleship.
That's interesting.
That sounded like a very qualified answer to me.
The CICS is not highly effective against drones. The lasers, railguns, and missiles are capable of intercepting and destroying enemy missiles and drones given enough time. Unfortunately, the time required to destroy even one enemy Tavet-class drone usually exceeds the time available during an attack.
Yeah, and I think when they were attacking me that they were using like 6 or 12 or something like that.
The CICS doesn't seem to be very effective.
Every bit helps. In combat, you need every advantage you can get.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
Give me access.
What system?
Navigation.
What do you wish to
I'm
know?
going to see if it gives me any information that might help me think about the oxygen.
System status, please.
The fusion pulse drive engines are operating within acceptable parameters. The FTL and intrasystem navigation subsystems, sensors, and data stores are all nominal. The Talsetto jump drive is operational and standing by, but we are several million kilometers away from the nearest jump point. The OMS suffered minor damage during the battle with the Dharma's drones, but is currently operational.
Where are we?
The Lexington is in a 0.2G powered orbit, 400 kilometers above the planet Persephone, codename Pandora, the 6th planet in the Deneb-Kaitos star system, 68 light-years away from Earth.
So, from what we've gathered so far, it seems like the reason why we're interested in Persephone is because it looks like a habitable planet that could be made into the new base for the Alliance. Which is implying that there are other colonies, but not really any good habitable planets around. And that we're still mostly stuck on Earth with the UN.
Why didn't Captain Dana take the Lexington out of orbit during the fight?
He did. When the Dharma ordered the Lexington to surrender, the captain put the Lexington back into a powered orbit prior to evacuating the ship.
That doesn't surprise me. Uh-oh, I better lock the door. I'm going to get a dragon upside the face in a moment.
How do you know? You were disconnected at the time.
I gained access to all log information when you reactivated me.
See? More sass.
Why are we in a powered orbit?
Standard procedure is to maintain a powered orbit so that the fusion engines can be kept ignited and pointed away from the planet's surface. A powered orbit also provides enough acceleration to keep objects on surfaces and feet on the floor.
But only 0.2.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
Nope, don't need
Give
to
me
access
What
that.
system?
Alright, so that was weapons and navigation. I think I asked about engineering, so let's do cyber systems.
What do you wish?
Give me a status report.
I am operating using my secondary processor cores. The primary processor cores were taken offline by an enemy energy pulse during the battle with the Dharma's drones. The primary cores are badly damaged. The main data stores were unaffected by the energy surge, and thus my function is unimpaired. There is no remaining backup system, however.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
Okay.
Give me access.
What systems?
Science.
The only science topics available concern Persephone and this region of space.
Alright.
Tell me about Persephone.
Persephone is the 6th planet in orbit around Beta Ceti, also known as Deneb-Kaitos. Persephone's orbit is retrograde and has an orbital period of 3 Earth years. Distance to Beta Ceti is 11 astronomical units. Persephone has a surface gravity equivalent to 2.5 times Earth normal and a diameter of 21,233 kilometers.
Well, that doesn't sound like that'd be very pleasant to live on. 2.5 times gravity of Earth, and it's 11 AUs away from its sun? I mean, I guess it depends on how hot its sun is.
The composition of the planet's core and crust is unknown, but surface material includes rock, water ice, and liquid and frozen methane and other hydrocarbons. Spectral analysis of the atmosphere shows components including methane, nitrogen, hydrogen, ethane, acetylene, ethylene, and hydrogen cyanide.
Okay.
Tell me about the star.
We are currently in the Beta Ceti star system, part of the constellation Cetus or Ceti, meaning whale. Beta Ceti, also known as Deneb Kaitas, is of spectral class K03. It is orange in color, with a surface temperature of approximately 4,800 degrees Kelvin. There is one known jump point in this star system.
So I think that sounds pretty close to our sun.
Tell me about the other planets in this star system.
The system has 8 planets. They range in size from 5,216 to 76,932 kilometers in diameter. Deneb Kaitas 1 and 2 are essentially small balls of rock at distances of 0.72 and 1.6 astronomical units from the star. Deneb Kaitas 3 is 13,000 kilometers in diameter and lies 2.4 astronomical units away from the star, with a nickel-iron core and an atmosphere consisting primarily of hydrogen sulfide.
That sounds very unpleasant.
Deneb Kaitas 4 resembles Mars in size and appearance and lies 5 astronomical units out. Deneb Kaitas 5, 7, and 8 are gas giants that range from 36,000 to 76,932 kilometers in diameter. Deneb Kaitas 8 is 35 astronomical units away from the star.
Wow. That's pretty crazy. Right, so an astronomical unit is defined as the distance between the Earth and the Sun. I know that much. So their furthest out planet in that system is pretty far out. It's further out even than Neptune. I kind of wish that this still showed not Uranus, Pluto, to give me that sort of perspective, but I guess since that's not considered a planet anymore. What's sort of a...
Tell me about Persephone.
Persephone is the 6th planet in orbit around Beta Ceti,
diameter
also
of
known as Deneb Kaitas.
21,000
Persephone's orbit is retrograde and
kilometers?
has an orbital period of 3 Earth years. Distance to Beta Ceti is 11 astronomical units. Persephone has a surface gravity equivalent to 2.5 times Earth normal and a diameter of 21,233 kilometers.
So they're basically basing it off of that the diameter of the planet is about 2.5 times Earth, so it's going to have that sort of thing. So the planet is almost the size of Neptune. I mean, I guess it's half the size of Neptune. Well, okay.
The composition.
Tell me about the star.
Oops.
The system.
Up.
Deneb.
How far away from Earth are we?
We are currently 68 light years away from Earth.
Right, and this game it uses Soul Tasso, I think they keep calling it, is the name of the jump drive technology they're talking
Acknowledged.
about. But
Give me access
it
to
obviously uses faster
What
than light
systems?
travel if it got someplace 68 light years away from Earth and got here in less than 68 years.
communications.
What do you wish to...
Okay.
I'm done.
All right. So
Access-
that's not really helping me. What floor am I on? All right. I want to check in the storage bay because it's not an electronics, so maybe there's oxygen here. It just calls everything spares, though. So I don't know if this is going to be a matter of pixel hunting, which is really too bad because so far there hasn't been a whole lot of that in this game. Try coaxing the computer to help you search through the thousands of containers. The computer quite properly informs you that you have better things to do. There's nothing here that you need right now. Does it say the same thing? No. Okay, if I try to do the heavy equipment stuff, it says they're truly massive pieces of equipment. Even in the light gravity, moving this kind of mass would be a major effort for a team of able-bodied crewmen. You can't do it all alone. So that makes it seem like it's not going to be in here, like there's nothing really in here for me to do. This is where I got the multi-tool from. It was just laying on the ground, though. Not really seeing anything that looks like it would be out of place and says anything other than spares. Yeah, and since it just calls everything spares. Alright. Let's look in here some more. This is where I got the suit. Yeah, and it's like, you've taken everything out of it, don't bother. And I don't know that any of those things are going to be good. So looking at the controls, I'd be able to open and close everything, but I'm pretty sure if I tried to, well, I would hope the game would not let me kill myself. I can't open that door. It just yells at me. Or rather, it tells me that I have to use the control panel. Alright, so I don't think I've been down to the weapons bay. Let me go down there and take a look, because this was floor 6, or deck 6. I've been to the reactor spaces. I'm pretty sure I've been in engineering.
Weapons bays.
Weapons level. Well, I appreciate their design choice not to put a fourth arm onto that. Somebody had a real good think and went, you know, let's not. You're on the catwalk that runs along the edge of the huge weapons bay. It leads from the corridor door to the blister of the control room. Hold on. Readjust myself a bit here. Ho, ho, ho. Green Giant. There we go. Railing along the catwalk provides minimal protection during maneuvers requiring variable acceleration. A huge rotary launcher moves the drones from storage to the aiming and fueling mechs, and then into position for launch. A blast of compressed air coupled with a violent push from 3 explosive bolts catapults the drones into space. Compressed air, you say? Is it breathable? I don't know why I'm crab walking like that, but okay. This is the control room for Weapons Bay 1. Consoles here are used to program the onboard computers for the battle drones, load them on the rotary launcher, and then hand them off to the ship's technical systems for central control. Control systems, blister framework, loader, ordnance storage. Okay. Turns me mostly back to the door. Okay. Let's look at the control systems. You'll have to face. Well, then turn me to face. Game. Okay, so I can play with the drones. Got it. This is where missile launchers, cannon pods, railgun attachments, and assorted ammunition is stored. The armor mechs use these supply bays to load out the drones. I guess let's go look at the other weapons bays and see if there's anything like on the floor or something that could be interacted with to refill my oxygen. Okay, so far this is looking the same. Okay. It is kind of nice that I can double click to move through a sequence so that I don't have to just sit and watch if I'm just making the same motions. Okay. So unless I'm supposed to try to hook it up to something there, I don't think this is helpful for me. Let me go back, I guess, and look at the reactor tubes and see if maybe there was something there that I missed. Or reactor spaces.
Reactor spaces.
Why do they sell bananas in shoe shops? They make the perfect slippers. Alright, I'm going to turn the Geiger counter back on just to make sure. Okay, never mind. If I missed it, and it was in those reactor levels, then I guess I'm SOL. Alright, back down to engineering to look. And then if I don't find it in engineering here, then I'll go look in the
Engineering.
bridge. I haven't really explored the bridge too much either. So I'm assuming it won't let me go up here. Yeah, there's no reason to go. Okay. Actually, you know what I wonder? Aha! Ah, HerrBawl. I disassembled the cutting torch with the multi-tool. Let's hook the oxygen tank up to... Probably want to do it just to the suit. Can't put the oxygen tank on the vacuum suit. Okay. Let's try it to the helmet. The vac suit helmet is a pretty cool container, eh? If you put something into the helmet, you can see it through the visor. Unfortunately, you may well damage the oxygen, power, and environmental regulators inside the helmet. Better not. Okay. Well, what if I just try to put on the helmet now? You put on the helmet over your head and fasten the seals on the collar rings. Within 2 minutes, you're gasping for breath due to lack of an oxygen supply for the suit. You quickly remove the helmet and suck in a gulp of air. So, how do I... How do I oxygenate? Where did my multi-tool go? There it is. Fix the oxygen tank with the multi-tool. You try the various attachments of the multi-tool on the oxygen tank, but nothing productive comes of the exercise, okay? Why do I even have this necklace? A necklace with a gold pendant. A heavy cable with connectors on both ends. I mean... Can't attach the headset cable to that. Okay. I was pretty sure it was the cable for this thing. I had that oxygen with me this whole time. But I'm a doofenshmirtz. Some of these motions are just like way too slow anyways. I don't know why these vents are here and like they let me listen at them and stuff. I wasn't paying attention. Did that transition work properly? I don't need to adjust the timing on that, do I? Okay. I mean, no way to dislodge the vent cover. Okay. Alright, so let me get back to... Yeah, I only saw the start of it as well. I was looking at my Catatar screen at the end of it. Didn't see the other side. I'm pretty sure I've got the timing on it right. Deck 6, right?
Deck 6.
Yeah. Alright, so... Wearing the vacuum suit, there is currently no oxygen supply attached to the feed valves inside the suit. You're carrying the suit helmet. Let me take this off. You put the oxygen tank inside the suit, managed to hook it up to the suit oxygen feeds with little work. It won't hold for long, but it's certainly serviceable for a short spacewalk. Okay. So I just had to do it while I was out of it. You work away into the vacuum suit, performing the awkward hands up and sleeves over maneuver to get your body upright body, into the tight confines of the suit. Alright, I'm gonna save. Put on the helmet and fasten the collar ring seals when you hear the click of the seals locking into place. You know that you're now on suit oxygen and are ready to perform an EVA. Alright. Depressurize the control room. I think I want to depressurize the shuttle bay as well. Well, I guess that answers that question. No, it was not timed properly. Open the shuttle bay doors. Now open the control room door. Okay. Look, I am your father. So it said it was to the front and port. It's a reactor fin. The Jericho, that was the name of the... Well, I don't know which way it is. I don't know if I went on port side or not either. Nope, there's the dish. Okay. How to get to it, though. There we go. Open the access panel. Move the defective 2010. Install the working 2010. And where's the 2001? 2001. Okay, remove it. Boy, I'm real cavalier about just chucking things into space, huh? Okay, so that should be good for that. How do I close the damn thing? There we go. Okay. Close this door. I don't know if I'm going to need it closed or not, so I'm going to go ahead and close it. Pressurize. Pressurize. After your last EVA to fix the communication system, you find that there is very little oxygen left in the tank from the acetylene torch. The tank is no longer good for much, so you discard it. Okay. I guess... okay, good. It automatically took the helmet off for me. I don't have to take the helmet off. Alright. So now I should be able to go up to communications and play, I'm assuming, a minigame to figure out how to connect up to Erebus to get information. Now, do I remember which floor communications was on? I think it was on the second floor deck. I keep saying floor. Deck, level.
Deck 2.
Why did the woman go outdoors with her purse open? Because she expected some change in the weather. Nope, I went the wrong direction. No, this is the right direction. Diagnostics. System nominal. Okay. Okay. Flash Lexington, contact Erebus immediately. I was reading. Targets in range. Okay. Kennedy also needs to contact Erebus immediately, huh? I hope they're not going to come and attack me. Okay, so let me look at the star chart here to see where I'm supposed to be going to get to this. Ooh, I can rotate it. But Kaidos is red. Where's Erebus? Am I blind? Why am I not seeing Erebus? Hey, what is the dang vampire doing in my sci-fi game, huh? Unless it's... No, that's just Eridani, not Erebus. Okay. Board kill, Fed or Fecta. Okay. Sol. Which documentation was this? That's not what I want. No, that's Quan's journal. Maybe the crew map? No, that shouldn't tell me. Protocol Jasmine. I'm trying to remember where Erebus is, what system it's in. Let me go talk to the computer real quick.
Computer?
Yes?
Yes. I don't like your attitude, ma'am.
General inquiry.
Ask away.
Let's talk about the Jericho and the planetary lander.
Okay.
What is the status of the Jericho?
The Jericho suffered minor damage during the battle. The Lexington was the primary target for the attacking enemy drones.
How can I get the Ariadne over to the Lexington?
Use the TCS in the comm center to establish a link with the Jericho. Enter the code name Jacob's Ladder when the Jericho's system demands authentication. Jacob's Ladder is the automated launch program for the planetary lander. The Jericho's systems will resume the launch preparations that were aborted when the UN drones attacked.
Oh, okay, so I'm probably going to need to know that for
The launch protocols can be carried out through remote operation, including the initialization of a computer-based autopilot on the lander that can be used to steer the lander over to the Lexington.
Can I do anything else with the Jericho's systems?
What do you have in mind?
Pulling both ships
Sure.
out of immediate danger so we can
Let's see
wait
what
for
options we have.
reinforcements.
You are choosing to abandon the mission?
No.
Okay,
Ramming enemy capital ships if they appear.
that would not be advisable. You would destroy the planetary lander and any hope of completing the mission.
Never mind.
Oh,
Do I have to steer the lander from the Jericho to the Lexington myself?
no. The onboard computer will take care of the piloting. All you need to do is specify a destination and a homing beacon frequency.
A homing beacon frequency? What's that all about?
The lander's autopilot will need either the Lexington's exact position or the frequency of the Lexington's homing beacon. If it knows the homing beacon frequency and the beacon is activated, then the lander can ride the beam from the beacon into the shuttle bay on Deck 6. Because giving the lander's computer a continual update of the Lexington's position is not feasible, I suggest you supply the autopilot with the Lexington's homing...
Okay.
I'm done.
Acknowledged.
General,
Ask away.
let's talk.
Okay.
How can I?
Use the launch...
Will I need to?
No.
What about getting?
The lander has enough fuel.
How
Okay.
much does that lander carry in the way of supplies?
It was designed for ferrying cargo and personnel to the surface. There is a great deal of payload capacity, but it is currently being used for scientific instrumentation and sensors. The initial descent was to be made by a team of scientists who were planning to stay only a few hours. There are minimal consumable supplies on board the lander.
So I should plan on a limited stay on the surface.
Yes, you may need to ferry back and forth.
How do I refuel the lander?
Fly it back to the Jericho and engage the Jacob's Ladder program. It will fuel and prep the lander and then launch it again.
I'm done.
Okay.
Give me
What system?
communication.
What do you...
Is the TCS?
The TCS...
Well, good. Please link me up with the Alliance base on Erebus.
You will have to use the TCS console in the communications center on Deck 2 in order to make contact with Erebus.
System status, please.
All communication...
I'm done.
Acknowledge.
Okay, so it seems to...
I'm done.
Access...
It keeps just saying Erebus, but I didn't see that in the list, so I'm not sure how to get there. I guess maybe Erebus is in Sol? Does that make sense, I guess? I don't know. Does anybody know where Erebus is? I'm assuming these are all real known planets. Or not planets, known stars. Yeah, it just says contact to Erebus immediately. Am I the circle or am I the... Yeah, it is pretty hypnotic. Okay. So I need to get to maybe Calf, and then Mu Cassiopeia. Oh no, Asterion is severely damaged. Uh-oh. Okay. Sure, let's go to Pegasi. I hope there's not like a limited number of jumps I can make. Well, I mean, I guess that answers that question. Oh no, my current node is alright, and I can't go anywhere. Okay, back a node. Current node is Calf. I thought I was going to... Pegasi. Okay. I'm pretty sure I had selected to go to Pegasi. Why did it take me to Calf? I don't think I can get to Fumholt from here. So either Fumholt or Gamma Pavonis or Mu Cassiopeia. I think I saw Mu Cassiopeia. Yeah, Mu Cassiopeia. Alright. Okay. That's only one direction, so hopefully... Oh yeah, Gamma Pavonis was one of the things I was looking at. And a Cassiopeia. Bouncing all over the place, huh? Fumholt. Australia. Holt. The other option it gave me was something about the other option? Captain Star or Fumholt? Where's Captain Star even on this? I guess I just need to know if it's not. Why am I not targeted to Sol anymore? I saw it just a moment ago in my clicks. It's not this one. Alpha Centauri. That should be fairly close. Yeah, there's Sol, okay. Woof, woof. 90, Bernard Star. I have no idea where this other star it's talking about is, so I guess we're going to go to Fomalhaut and try to go up from there. Beta Hydri or 61 Cygni. Oh, well, there's Captain Star now. Okay, so I think 61 Cygni will work. Not verified. What does that mean? Uh-oh. Your FTML communication was traced back to the Lexington by the UN Special Signal Intelligence Corps. The IPS network has been disabled. You cannot get the information that you need in order to activate the Lexington's defensive weapons system and fight off an impending UN attack. Thanks. When was the last time I saved? Probably right before I came up here, huh? Okay. It's not too bad. I'll save right there at the TCS, since apparently there's a game end condition. I was wondering why Beta Cygni had a different looking icon. Or not Beta Cygni.
Deck
61,
2.
whatever. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, but this one has the weird look too, so that I guess that doesn't tell me anything. Unless it's a speed thing I need to be doing. So I saw this Captain Star. Let me try it. Wolf 359. Alright. Uh-oh. Okay. So was I somehow just following the right path the first time out of luck? Sir, I think you're an hour early to be yelling. Yeah, you. Alright, so not Sydney. Let's try the Beta Hydra. Okay. Now we've got an Alpha Mense, Alpha Hydri, or Zeta Ducanae. Trying to get to, I think, Sol. Or maybe it is this Zofuichi. We know Wolf 359 is no good. I'm no good at three-dimensional navigation like this. So I might just have to try to Dragon Gem it. Stellar flare warning. Oh, okay. You? System malfunction, what does that mean? Okay. Indy UV SETI, you're not Wolf 359. Star Van Beestdruk's Star. Oh, okay. I think I've been misunderstanding what it's been showing me. So the green link is the link I currently have selected as being a possibility to activate. Okay. So, assuming I'm trying to get to the 70 Zoichi, that kind of gets me going the right direction. Oh, no, we know Wolf 359 is not right. That doesn't. That also doesn't. Okay, so let's try this Van Burdick Star. And there's the 70s Okichi. Let's see. Hey, Erebus Colony. Okay. Alright, now let's transmit. Ooh, insert disc 1, huh? Alright, that means we're probably going to be seeing a cutscene. Waiting for relay synchronization.
This is Admiral Charles Decker. Stand by for authentication of your Jasmine transmission. Authentication is Alpha Niner 0, Niner Tango 4, 8 Hotel Sierra.
Did I write anything down about that? I did not.
Go ahead.
Given the Jasmine coding for this transmission, I assume that this is the Lexington. You've been out of touch for quite some time. Since our last communication with you, we've come across a potential threat to the success of the mission. I need to talk to Captain Dana right away.
I'm afraid he's dead. So is the rest of the crew. I'll fill you in on what's happened.
Hell, Lieutenant. The situation couldn't be much worse.
Hey, how come I'm not getting subtitles for him?
At least the Dharma was destroyed and the Lexington is back in action. There is a chance that I can continue the mission.
Well, Dana did the only thing he could have. Some hope is better than none. But this isn't even a long shot. You have no idea what you're up against.
Yeah, you need to frickin' tell me.
I think the best thing you can do is take the Lexington out to a safe place, perhaps a few 100,000 kilometers away from Persephone, and wait for reinforcements.
So there are reinforcements on their way.
Another expedition is now on its way. With the need for secrecy gone, we could gear up the whole damn fleet for this one. The heavy cruisers Midway, Iwo Jima, and Tarawa have already departed. They're being escorted by one of the Lexington's sister ships, the Concord, and a squadron of destroyers.
There might be more UN ships on the way. We may not have 4 months to wait for another expedition.
Well, Lieutenant, that's just the problem. We know for a fact that there are more UN ships on their way. A battle group of frigates, destroyers, maybe even a cruiser or two. They could show up any time now.
How do I counter the threat?
You can't, really. You have half the normal complement of active battle drones. The Lexington has sustained serious damage. You have no combat experience. There are no other crew members to help you with weapons control, damage control, navigation, engineering, or anything else. Need I go on?
Sure.
We have to think of a way. The crews of the Lexington and the Jericho died to give me a shot at this. You need to tell me about how to get the weapon systems online.
What I'm going to tell you is how to steer that ship to a point 250,000 kilometers outside the plane of the ecliptic so you can stay out of danger.
We'll go with this.
With all due respect, sir, I'm afraid I can't do that.
I am giving you a direct order to take the Lexington out of danger.
With all due respect, sir, I cannot follow that order.
You'll do what I tell you, Lieutenant.
And I'm respectfully declining to obey. I'm going to stay and fight.
Who the hell do you think you are, Lieutenant? Who gave you the authority to disobey a U.S. Navy fleet admiral in a time of war?
Ah, Michael Dorn, you punk.
Captain Dana did, sir, and his authority and trust are what count right now.
Captain Dana didn't tell you to disobey orders.
He was counting on me to finish the mission. I'm going to do it, or die trying.
Okay, Lieutenant. if I can't order you to pull out, maybe I can reason with you. You need to understand why playing hero isn't going to help anybody. All you'll do is get yourself killed. You also need to understand why there is no way you can successfully complete the mission. Let's talk about our options here.
Yeah, what is the damn mission?
You could start by telling me about the mission.
18 months ago, one of our unmanned IX probes was mapping new jump points around the star Omicron Eridani. The probe found a jump point that took it 68 light-years away from Earth, to an unexplored star system with 7 planets. The probe began a routine orbital survey of the planets, and then abruptly returned to known space years before its mission was scheduled to end. When the probe got within range of a tachyon relay beacon, it sent home a series of burst transmissions describing an anomaly under the surface of the 6th planet. The probe scanners had found a huge metal structure that could only be the result of intelligent construction. Now, the Alliance was keenly aware of the implications. This discovery was strong evidence for the existence of alien intelligence. The potential existed for finding advanced technology or a spacefaring alien civilization at the site. The results could tilt the balance of power in the war with the UN. Preparations for an expedition to the mysterious planet, now called Persephone, were started in the utmost secrecy. Finally, 4 months ago, the Lexington and the USS Jericho departed for Persephone from the Eisenhower orbital docks around Titan. The only people on the 2 ships who knew the true nature of the mission were Captain Dana, Captain McCain, and Lieutenant Commander Tran.
Well, first of all, he said that they discovered a new system, unexplored system with 7 planets. But the system says that, the computer says that the system has 8 planets. So... we know how the UN found out about the mission.
Why the Lexington?
The Lexington was the logical choice as an escort for a number of reasons. She was a combat-tested ship, with perhaps the finest captain and crew in the fleet. She's one of the fastest ships we have. She had also been outfitted with an experimental new weapons control system.
Ah.
Tell me about the new weapons system.
Don't get any ideas, Lieutenant.
Oh, I've got ideas.
Just tell me about the system.
This system is a prototype. The first of its kind. It has not been battle-tested. It also has some serious operational flaws. The purpose of the system is to put humans back in the loop during combat. The system has 2 components: a neural link from the operator to the ship's main computer, and a drug that actually acts on the brain to allow a direct interface with the computer. The drug speeds up certain brain functions to allow real-time control of weapons during ship-to-ship combat.
Sounds promising. Why is a link needed?
This is
As you know, up to now, combat has happened much too fast to be managed by human beings. Battles in space have been resolved by unmanned autonomous drones that can accelerate at 100 gravities, turn on a dime, and deliver a serious load of ordnance on target. These drones are equipped with smart computer systems capable of assimilating data and executing complicated strategies in the blink of an eye. The drones are carried aboard starships crewed by people who make the initial decisions about how to arm and deploy the drones. Once released, the drones are pretty much on their own. For the last 10 years of the war, there's been a race on both sides to improve the battle management software that runs on the drone computer hardware. A group of Alliance techies in Singapore decided that if it were at all possible to speed up human reaction times, a human brain in the loop could give one side a tremendous advantage in battle.
That would be, I think, something to do with Lieutenant Poole's parents. Okay, One Lung Johnny, thanks for stopping by. The VOD will be up on Twitch later for you to watch the rest of it if you'd like. It should also... I probably better look into that to see why that's going off every time. Anyways, it'll also be eventually loaded up onto YouTube. But thank you for stopping by and have a good one. Alright, I think Lieutenant Poole's parents, maybe they weren't with this. They might have been with another program. I guess they were Grey Good.
You would have to speed up thought processing and reaction times by orders of magnitude.
You're correct, Lieutenant. The solution was a drug called HYPE. HYPE is actually a concoction of neurotransmitter chemicals, micro-machines, and genetically engineered viruses. This stuff actually rewires your brain to make it faster and more efficient. Well, faster and more efficient for the purposes of managing a ship-to-ship encounter in real time. The drug also creates the nerve pathways to the forebrain needed for a direct neural link to the computer.
No, they're not going to be reversible.
Are the changes reversible?
Now, that is one of the problems with the whole system. No, the changes aren't reversible. But at this point, it doesn't even matter that they aren't reversible.
In case y'all haven't, I would recommend reading the Anne McCaffrey Ship Who Sang series. I think you might get a kick out of that if you like this kind of thought process. This is definitely in sci-fi territory.
What do you mean?
The drug has a nasty side effect. The modifications HYPE makes to the brain begin decaying after a few days. The results include loss of faculties, hallucinations, wild emotional swings, dementia, and finally, inevitably, death.
Probably painfully death, too.
But does the whole system work for the week that you can function without impairment?
2 test subjects volunteered to try it. Both were able to outthink and outfight the best battle management algorithms in simulated encounters between equal forces of evenly matched drones. The combination of the human brain, the central computer, and the battle management software on the drones seems to convey a significant advantage in combat.
I'm going to go with this desperate
Fielding a
measure
prototype sounds like a desperate measure.
As you know, the war isn't really going our way. At some point, we realized that we might have to deploy the HYPE system, even though it is still an early prototype. We knew we would have to begin recruiting volunteers to operate the system in battle, over the objections of many principal naval officers.
I didn't know the war was going badly. What's happening?
The conflict has turned into a war of attrition. The UN has more resources and more production capacity than we do. They can outproduce us 10 to 1. We have a technological edge, but we are being slowly beaten into the ground.
How long do we have?
If things continue at the current pace, we'll lose the war within 5 years.
5 years? I thought you were going to be like months, but years? How long has the war been going on? I don't remember. Like maybe 10 years? Also, we have a war going longer than the U.S. Civil War did. Or more time than the U.S. Civil War took completely. Just saying. Yeah, has anybody else got
Are there
this?
any other Alliance ships equipped with the hype system?
There are no other Alliance ships equipped with the hype system.
I'm going to assume that the response here is going to be no, the UN doesn't have an equivalent system because they hate this kind of thing.
Does the UN have an equivalent weapons system?
The UN doesn't have anything like the hype system.
Yeah, because it's antithetical to them.
The new weapon system sounds like the answer to my problem. If it really provides such a significant advantage, I can take the UN commanders by surprise. They won't even be expecting a fight.
Don't even think of it. Besides, I have no intention of giving you the release code you'll need to activate the system.
Would you rather see me die with no chance at all?
God damn it, Lieutenant. You are an irrational, insubordinate, stubborn son of a bitch. I don't know how you got past the damn psych profiles.
It's because I'm a motherfucking cat.
I think my irrational, insubordinate, stubborn streak is why Dana picked me to finish this mission, even though I have no combat experience or piloting skills. Let's work on the other seemingly intractable problem for a moment. I'm 1,000 meters away from the Jericho and the lander. I need to get to the lander.
Lieutenant, you aren't going anywhere without the intership shuttle. You already told me that you barely had enough oxygen to conduct the EVA to fix the comm system.
Why am I asking this? I already know the answer.
Is there any way for me to get from one ship to the other?
The lander?
I don't know of any way to cross between the ships without an EVA maneuvering suit.
Can I dock the ships together?
No, I don't think so.
Can I bring the lander to the Lexington?
Well, if the Jericho's computer was slave to that of the Lexington's, you might be able to jack into the lander's onboard computer and deploy it remotely. Then you could fly it over to the Lexington via the uplink.
Also, right, I'm the supply officer. You don't mess with the quartermasters. I'm just saying. Supply logistics, very intense.
Well, it's a start. I think you can see a plan forming here. How about the release codes?
You win, Lieutenant. By God, I would court-martial you and have you shot if you actually could make it back. But good luck and Godspeed, son. If you do manage to pull this off, the Alliance and potentially all of humanity will be in your debt. Stand by for a data transmission with the information you'll need about hype and the weapon systems.
Hype!
Decker out.
Alright. Weapons release codes and the authorization for hype telecom system use have been transmitted and acknowledged by the main computer. You now have access to the computer and weapons components of the hype telecom system. Alright, let me put a note here. Chicken? What's going on here? Are you having a stroke over there? Go back to the Jericho and make sure to use the hype. Okay. Save going here, and then I think I'll go ahead and call it for the night. ignition.